Hey, what's up guys? This is BornForPvM, and this is going to be a video showing you how to avoid being hacked on RuneScape. There are so many different ways to get hacked that it wouldn't be a surprise to me if I didn't manage to cover every single one of them in this video. However, I'll do my best to try. Also, real quickly, I want to note that there is a difference between being hacked and being scammed. Giving someone your password and allowing them to use your account and then they take your items is not really being hacked. A more accurate term for that would be scammed or betrayed. And also stuff like giving people your bank to double it or to like 60x2 or whatever the heck the new wannabe dicing thing is. That's not being hacked, obviously. That's also being scammed. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's move on with the video. There's so many different ways to get hacked that I don't really know exactly where to begin. So I guess I'll just start with one of the most important questions, and that is how. How do people hack you? Obviously, knowing what methods hackers use to gain access to your account is a great way to prevent it. And on screen is a list of the various hacking methods someone would use to gain access to your account. Keyloggers/rats, phishing, dox, DSSP, which stands for different site same pass, easily guessable password and recoveries, account sharing, and real-world methods. Okay, so now that I've told you all the common methods hackers will use to gain access to your account, I will now explain in depth how to avoid each and every method one by one, and also how they work, to further prevent you from being hacked on RuneScape or any site for that matter. Okay, and first up on the list is Keyloggers and Rats, which stands for Remote Administration Tool. So what are Keyloggers and Rats? They are harmful software that once downloaded onto your computer can monitor what you type, and depending on the complexity of the software can also monitor your screen and control your computer remotely. Okay, so now you have an idea of what they are. Let's talk about how they are downloaded onto your computer. Usually you'll be sent a file that you think is something else. .exe files can be Keyloggers and Rats. Most programs are .exe files, so don't be worried. .exe files are completely safe if they come from trusted sites. However, I would never ever download a .exe file from Skype or from a friend or anything like that. Make sure it's from a trusted site and you should be fine. Also, another way that malicious software can be downloaded onto your computer is via a drive-by or a Java drive-by, which basically when you're visiting a shady site or viewing a shady email file, you will be asked to run or download from an unknown publisher a program. And always click no to this, especially if you didn't ask to download something, or if you're unaware of the download, and you'll be fine if you just click no. What are some common places for Keyloggers and Rats? Botting software, links to shady sites or files from either friends, YouTubers, or emails. Now one thing I want to mention is if you get a shady link and you don't know like what site it takes you to, clicking on it won't fuck you. What will fuck you is downloading something from that site or allowing something to run or install or save on that site. But just clicking on the link won't really fuck you, so don't be too paranoid about links that you're sent, because again, you usually have to do something on the actual site to kind of download the keylogger or rat. Okay, and up next we have phishing sites. What are phishing sites? Those are sites designed by hackers to look identical to the site you actually think you're on, in hopes that you will type your login details on the fake site and they'll then have your login detail. So now you know phishing sites are basically fake sites. What are some common distribution methods for these fake/phishing sites? Well, there's fake giveaways on YouTube, emails, live streams, and fake RuneScape forums, just to name a few. And those are some of the most common methods, by the way. Okay, and now I'm going to go into some in-depth examples of some common distribution methods for phishing sites. Well, first off, you have the fake RuneScape giveaways, which will basically be on YouTube RuneScape channels or comments for YouTube RuneScape videos. And basically they'll say like 10 bill giveaway on my channel, and if you go to their channel they'll most likely have a video that will basically have in the description a link to a site that's a similar URL to RuneScape, and basically if you click it, or they'll instruct you in the video to click the link and sign on to the RuneScape forums and comment or reply to a thread, and basically since it's a phishing site it'll look just like RuneScape, and you'll log on to it and you'll think you're on the RuneScape forums, however you're really logging into a fake site and you'll be giving your login details to a hacker. The absolute best way to make sure you're not going to get hacked when you're entering a giveaway is to make sure you stay on a reliable site such as YouTube, or make sure you pay attention to the URL if you're linked to a URL. Okay, next up we have phishing emails, which basically will be an imitation of a Jagex email, and they'll send you an email saying that your account has either been flagged for scamming or botting or something like that, or offensive language, and you have to log into the RuneScape site in order to clear up the offenses or something like that. Or it could be something completely different, like you've run out of membership and you got to log on to upgrade your account, anything like that. Basically what they'll do is they'll have a link inside the email, and if you click it, it'll look like it's going to take you to runescape.com. However, the actual link will take you to a link, a URL with a very similar title to runescape.com, and you'll basically, they hope that you won't notice it, and then you'll just type your login details in and once again give your information to a hacker. Up next we have live streams. So as you know, YouTube recently came out with the live streaming system, which is completely safe, by the way. There is absolutely no way to get like any account information or anything by watching someone's live stream on YouTube. Same for some Twitch TV and other live streaming sources like that. There's plenty of legitimate live streaming, and I don't want to basically target people who do live streams because even if they take you to a different site other than YouTube, they're still most likely legit. However, there are some YouTubers who want to scam their subscribers, and they'll basically do a live stream that takes you to a imitation live stream site, and basically you'll click on the link, and then you'll be prompted to run or install or save a program in order to watch the live stream, which will most likely be a rat or a keylogger. And due to the fact that the phishing site looks like a real site because it's got a very similar URL, you'll actually believe it because you'll be like, oh, this site's got to be legit, and so it can't be a rat or something. However, you know, if it's a phishing site, then it could be anything that you're downloading. And next up is another variation of RuneScape fake forums, and basically that is going to be clans. Like, let's say you're sitting at the GE one day and someone says, do you want to join my clan? And you're interested, and then they ask you to add them on Skype or something like that, and then they may say, okay, in order to sign up you have to go to our RuneScape thread and basically apply or something like that. And so they'll link you to, basically on Skype, I don't know if there's any other instant messaging programs that do this, but I know for a fact that on Skype a link could say www.runescape.com, and if you click it, it could take you anywhere else. The thing about that is there's some way to rename links for Skype, and so even if they do rename the link, it's no problem if you click on the link, as long as you pay attention to the URL. And if the URL is anything other than runescape.com, then you do not want to log into it, and the forms are obviously fake. So again, if they ask you to join their clan or whatever the reason may be, if they ever take you to a site that's not runescape.com exactly, then it's obviously a fake site and they're trying to steal your stoof. Okay, and next up we have docs, also known as documents. What is docs? Documents is basically you, your personal information, your real full name, your date of birth, your location, and much, much more. It can go into much further depth and detail also, depending on who the hacker is and how much he knows about you. And basically, he can use all that information to possibly recover your RuneScape account via the recovery question system. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally do not use any real-life information for my recoveries, and I don't know, I suggest you want it as well, because it kind of makes it a little bit too easy, especially considering these documents can go as far as to your mother's name, your mother's maiden name, all the stuff that recovery questions would ask. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still recovery questions that people cannot obtain, such as what was your dog's name or some bullshit like that. Okay, and for the next question, we have, how do people get my docs? Well, if they have a small bit of your real life information, such as your real full name, they can search it up and basically piece together more and more about you and find out all your other information like that. Or some more experienced hackers can just get your docs via your IP address or maybe your phone number. Now, I'm not certain about the phone number part, but I know with the IP it's possible. Okay, up next we have DSSP, which means different site, same password. What do you mean by different site, same password? Well, basically what I mean is when you use the same password for everything, like YouTube, RuneScape, browsers, no, I'm kidding, fucking browsers, sad. Like, yeah, YouTube, RuneScape, Skype, just like any program, if you use your same password, like the same password, you're very likely to get hacked, much more likely than you are with only one password, because like I said, passwords aren't like 100% secure. There's always like the millionth of a chance that someone will guess it, and if they know the password for one thing, they'll most likely try it on a different thing. So you know, like let's say you have a little brother who goes on your computer, and you've got like a password for your login, you know, like how you can have different users for Windows. Well, you have a different password, or you have a password for it, and it's the same as your RS pass. likely the little fucker is going to find out and he's going to try it, and then good fight, he's going to get on your account and just like eat your party hats or something. I don't know what he's going to do, but anyways, yeah, so that stuff can happen, so definitely don't use the same password for multiple things. Okay, and up next we have easily guessable passwords / recoveries. So what's an easily guessable pass and why is it bad? Well, just to say, bots still exist that can auto-guess passwords, so the longer it is, the better. And yeah, and it's obvious why an easy-to-guess password is a problem, and the same for recoveries. Obviously, you don't want people or bots guessing your password. And up next, we have one of the most obvious ways of getting hacked, or scammed rather, and that is account sharing. So why is account sharing bad? Well, on the internet, friendship means little to nothing, and to a lot of people, so that juicy BCP might not be there tomorrow. And also on top of that, even if you do trust your friends, at least for the time being, if they have previous passwords of yours and then some other information, like maybe a few recoveries, they could also recover your account. So like, let's say you share your account for a couple years with some guy, and he's got like 3 previous passwords. He could possibly use that along with some other info to recover your account permanently. Okay, last and certainly not least is real-world methods for hacking. And you may be thinking like, what? And well, there's a possibility you're being watched. Look out your window, babe. No, I'm kidding. It's if there's cameras on you, they could look over the footage to potentially see what you typed and get your password via surveillance footage. That's highly unlikely, but it could happen, you never know. Also, someone watching you type on your keyboard and they can memorize what you typed. So if you're at like the library and you got the balls to actually go onto this crappy game and show people in real life that you actually play it, props to you. However, someone could be watching you, so be careful. Also, someone could beat the shit out of you until you give them your password. That's why I would always recommend carrying a toothpick with you, just in case you run into trouble. And some other methods include someone finding that piece of paper that you stuffed in your drawer that has your login info on it, and there's just other general stuff that could also go wrong. So yeah, don't rule out the possibility that something in real life could have gotten you hacked. Okay, and here are some security measures to keep your account as safe as possible. So the first and most important thing you should have is common sense. All the things I said could have been avoided via common sense, not common sense, sad. Okay, anyways, could have been avoided by common sense. Like I said, all the information in the previous, I believe, 12 minutes of this video should help you with most of that. As long as you follow those guidelines, you should be good, and that obviously kind of fits in with common sense, I guess. A bank pin helps a lot. A lot of times keyloggers won't be able to see what you click, they'll just see what you type. So on-screen keyboards and bank pins are really good. An antivirus software or a program, that's also good. A firewall, which should always be on. Meal accounts. If you like me and you got a large bank, I would highly recommend putting multiple bills on separate accounts. That way if you get hacked on one account, you're not completely fucked. And recovery questions are excellent because you never really type them, so if you get keylogged or ratted, you can always just get rid of the malicious software that you've been downloaded, and then you can just recover your account. And then obviously they're not going to know your recovery questions due to the fact that you don't type them every day like you do with your password in order to log on. And last and most importantly, obviously, a toothpick. No, I'm kidding. That was just a troll. Anyways, I hope I helped some people out. That was the obvious main point of this entire video. I didn't have to make it for myself, obviously. And so if I did help you, I would appreciate it if you would tell me in the comments that I helped you, because that's what I tried to do with this video. And, if you didn't learn anything new, I'm sorry. Either way, thanks for watching, and I really, really hope I helped some people out.